How do you recover when someone sins against you? Well, to remember that you don't need them to recover at all. That might seem like odd advice. When someone sins against us, when a spouse looks at pornography, when a person is impatient, when someone at work doesn't appreciate us, we assume that once they change, we can have our joy back. And in a small way, that's true, but in a bigger way, God has a better answer. The answer is Jesus. The Jesus who's always faithful, the Jesus who's always accepting, the Jesus who always reaches out to us in love. If our hearts are filled with Him, then we won't need to be desperate for other people to change. I remember counseling a young woman whose significant other had been unfaithful. She wasn't sure if he would ever love her again, if he would even come back to the relationship. And so I told her about this. And after I told her about this, she looked up at me with tears in her eyes. And she said, "That means that even if he doesn't love me, I will always be loved." Exactly, I said. Do you want to know what this is? Ephesians chapter 1, praise be to God who has given us every spiritual blessing in Christ. Every spiritual blessing. What your heart wants is not just a better husband or wife or friend. What your heart wants is Jesus. The love and acceptance and approval and pleasure and joy that comes from knowing Jesus. Now, listen, I hope your loved ones follow Jesus. I hope they treat you well. I hope they serve God and love you with their good works, but in the end, you don't need it. All you need is God, and no one and nothing can take God away. Find your deep satisfaction in Christ, and you can be the patient, merciful, gracious person that your loved ones need you to be. God's amazing grace is always the key to resisting, rejecting, or recovering from sin. Everyone is searching for Jesus at the depth of their heart, so make sure to share this video with your family and friends. Feel free to comment below, and we'll catch you next week. Click subscribe as we're going to talk about another chapter of God's incredible grace to us. How do you say no to temptation? Every day, all of us face temptation, that pull to do something that God says isn't right. And so many people in the church face a specific